Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Darie Smith, the owner of 4thDowncoachd. How are you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Can you tell me how you started the podcast 4thDowncoachd?
Well, actually it started with the idea from the man that started Big Sports Digital Network, who I worked for as a sports analyst. Within a couple of months after I started with him, we currently call high school games football, basketball, baseball, whatever sport, basically in the Roanoke Valley and surrounding areas. He came to me with the idea to let's talk about high school football because it's a big thing in the Roanoke Valley, and just a way to kind of get the kids out there and let's talk about it. And so I just came up, trying to really ponder on a name, and I thought about the down markers and 4 downs, and so that's came up with 4 downs, and 2 years later here we are, and it's been a blast, and there you have it.
How did you know that you wanted to start a podcast?
Well, just listening, just being a fan of sports. Actually, growing up listening, watching Sports Center every night and every morning. I still do every morning, and even every night. Just always listening to different sports sports figures and guys on TV. I used to love Stuart Scott. I love Scott Van Pelt. I used to love listening to Mike Golick and Mike Greenberg, and like I said, Scott Van Pelt, Ryan Russillo, Stephen A. Smith, Dan Patrick, guys like that. Just really love listening to those guys, and that kind of really inspired me. I said, well, if they can do it, I can do it too. And I really take notes from those guys, and I study it just like a coach would, study game film, or a player would study. I study those guys and try to apply it to the things that I do.
Can you talk about your experience as a sports podcast?
Well, well, my experience, basically, I kind of came into it kind of fresh, kind of new, or green, as they say. I really didn't have any experience. I will tell you this, and I'll give you a story. I actually give you a story. Um, when I first started with Big Sports, we weren't even digital. We were on AM FM radio, and when he said we were going to do the show, we were still on radio. We were in the radio station, and we used to work for like 3 hours a night, from like 6 to 9 every night. It was so hot, and we had fans going, and he would drill me so bad, but he said, if you can do this on radio with no mistakes and learn how to talk, guess what? You can do it anywhere. And I would do it, he said, because guess what? You got to learn how to talk with you got to learn how to respond. You can't have any dead air. You got to just do it. And we would do it. We did it for like maybe a month straight, 3 times a week. And I'll never forget it. I had my first show. It was in June. And the first show actually was live outside in 90-degree weather under a tent, and it was hot, and we had speakers going and everything. It was wild, it was crazy. And but I tell you, like I said, I went in that green, and ever since then, it's been something. And even to now, I'm still learning. But honestly, now I feel like
Can you talk about some of the players that you've interviewed before?
well, I got a chance to interview Nazir Jones, former former player here from the Roanoke Rapids Yellow Jackets. Went on to play for the Carolina UNC Tar Heels, and then played for the Seattle Seahawks. Got drafted by the Seattle Seahawks. Cedric Jones, he was a former Weldon Charger here. Went on to play for the Duke Blue Devils and played for the New England Patriots. He currently works for the NFL too. Got a chance to speak with Kentuan Balmer. He's a Weldon Charger alumni. He was a first round draft pick of the San Francisco 49ers. Played for the Carolina Tar Heels as well. Um, it's been a couple of other guys too. Like I said, I'm trying to remember. I had a chance to really speak with some guys. I had a chance to talk to some guys in the media as well. Mr. Jamal Hawkins from I-64 Sports. He's in Virginia. He's doing great things out there. He's another great friend of mine. He's doing great things out of the Tidewater area. Just a lot of great guys, and I'm still meeting great guys. Met you as well. Just met you as well. So I'm really getting the opportunity, and I'm really getting a chance to really trying to spread my wings and really try to build friendships, build bonds, because I want this thing to grow. I want everybody to grow because it's enough out here for everybody. It's enough sports for everybody to cover. So,
What big things can we see in the future for you?
well, I can say this. The one thing, that I do want, I don't want, I want for Four Downs, I don't want for Four Downs just to be a Roanoke Valley eastern part of the state, this region, this little region where I'm in. I don't want it just to be this. I want it to expand because I believe it is expanding. My reach is starting to grow a little bit. I've like I was just stating, I'm starting to reach out a little bit more, and the word is getting out a little bit. And I wanted to build it, and it's more so, as people say, build a brand. That's what I'm trying to build, a brand, and more so because I believe that my knowledge, and I believe that the things that I can help do for others, I believe it can really help. And I just want to help young people. It's not about me. It's not about me. It's never been about me. It's about helping the young people, especially kids from my area that because believe it or not, the area that I'm from, Halifax, Northampton County, is two of the poorest counties in the whole entire state of North Carolina, and we don't get many opportunities. These kids don't get many opportunities, and if I can be a beacon of light to these kids, for somebody in the state of North Carolina somewhere to see these kids, because there's talent, but a lot of kids get looked over, and I just want to be able to shine a light to this area. If I got to do it from Charlotte or Raleigh or Goldsboro, or to be there in order to point it back this way, that's what I want to do. And like I said, just build a brand. So it's not only so when I say Four Downs, I want you to think of Four Downs worldwide or something like that. That's what I want to do. So that's the plan and goal in the future. But for right now, I just want Four Downs just to continue to grow.
Can you talk about your experience when you prepare to interview somebody?
Well, when I interview, I try to, like I said, just want to try to get the best information I can. If I when I when I pick somebody, I try to go like 2 weeks ahead of time. Because I try to really talk to them, see if they're able to talk to me, because some guys kind of freeze up in front of a camera or whatever. So, and then too, want to find out the right information from the right people, because some people might not tell you the correct things. So I try to reach out to whomever coaches, or I'm not going to, well, I say family on certain family members. I might reach out to mom or dad or something like that. Or I just ask them. I'll get them on like a video call like we're on right now. And I just talk to them, ask them what their interests are, what they feel comfortable talking about. I won't get too personal because they are teenagers, and there's a respect factor. And I don't want, you don't want to cause any kind of issues or whatnot. But I just try to find the best information. Like I said, take it like I'm doing a Friday night football game, or Tuesday night or Friday night basketball game, when I'm covering it, or, we're calling the games live. I just try to take the best information and run with it.
Do you cover a lot of media day, like national signing?
Well, I actually, when we have the signings, for some reason, when we have the signings here, I'm like never there. It's the crazy thing, and I tell you that I like when we have signing days. The guy that runs big sports, he's always there. He's always there. It's like he takes the lead on a lot of stuff like that. But I was actually able to be at a couple of them here last year. I was actually able to be for a couple of them last year. Actually, a couple of guys that was actually on my show last year. The guy that won my MVP award, Jamari Baker. He's actually playing for. He actually signed with Barton College. He's going to be. Well, he's supposed to play for Barton College this upcoming fall. Um, I was actually there for that one. But a lot of the different signing days that we have, it's a lot of actually we've had quite a few here lately. I don't really get a chance to, and I know that might sound a little crazy, but because we have so many different sports, from soccer, we have a lot of soccer and softball and baseball signings that been going on. So the guy that runs big sports, he takes the lead on a lot of stuff, and we kind of let him do it, because he enjoys doing that. But we also get a chance. We also get a chance to do the interviews and stuff too. So it's fine.
What advice would you give upcoming sports reporters or even people wanting to get into the sports podcast like me and you?
Hey, if I could tell anybody, just be persistent. Just be able to develop some thick skin because people are going to come at you for the slightest thing you may say, you may write, you may do, you may post or whatever, because as well as I know, everybody's not going to like what you're going to say. Well, you could tell the truth and they're not going to like it. You can be honest with them, they're not going to like it. You just got to remain consistent about what you do. You got to remain consistent in what you do. And just be honest. Be honest with the kid, especially when you're covering these kids. Be honest with them. And the thing is, that's what I try to do, especially with the show. And be honest. Every kid, and you know it. And I'll be real with you, because you got Coach D up here. I'm gonna be real, and I'll tell it like it is. Every child is not a D1 athlete. We have to be real and tell a kid. Well, that's what I tell a kid. Every child is not a D1 athlete. It's okay to be a D2. It's okay to be a D3. It has to be some honesty at some point. So if you write about that, you got to be prepared to take whatever kind of backlash that comes behind it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, developing a thick skin. But you got to be persistent. You got to stand by what you say. So if you choose to jump in this profession, if you choose to do this, just be persistent, develop thick skin, and also to just be fair about things. Be fair and be understanding. And you know what? The people will love you, because they'll be like, well, you know what? I might not like what he said, but guess what? He remained consistent, so I respect it.
How hard is it to balance coaching and doing the podcasts?
Uh, it was kind of hard at first, because I was coaching. I was actually coaching football, and then having a football show. It was not cool. And the crazy thing was, I was actually coaching youth football. I wasn't even coaching on the high school level. I had stopped. Coaching the high school level. I was actually coaching on the middle school level, and then I was coaching youth football, and then so I was talking about high school kids, but I was coaching middle school and like my son's youth level team, and I couldn't even critique high school kids, because then they would feel some type of way about that. So I had to kind of step away from it, but it was hard at first, but now more so I know how to differentiate the two. I'm better for it. Sometimes I take a little jabs here and now and then, but I mean on social media a little bit. But for the most part, I separate the two, because you don't want things to become personal. You don't want things to be, because it can become that. But I know how to separate the two. And then too, my mind state is different. When I'm coaching, I'm one way. When it's the podcast show, that's a totally different Coach D right there.
Where can my listeners find you at?
Well, if they want to, they can find me. They can go on YouTube. You can type in 4thDown's Coach D Show, and you can find some old clips of the show. You can go to Big Sports Digital Network. You can type that in on YouTube. You can find the show as well. You can also go to Google Play and download Big Sports Digital Network. Download the app, And you could check out entire shows of Big Sports Digital Network. And guess what? You could also check out some of the you could also check out listen to me on some of the calls, because we have games and stuff of live stream games that we do. We're on Facebook. You can go on Facebook and check me out too. The new 4Downs Coach D show, because guess what? I have clips of the show from different for the past 2 years, small clips of the show. You can check out all my humorous takes of different stuff. You can check out my serious takes. But that's where you can find me. I'm also on social media. I like to have a little fun. I have my quarantine sessions up there where I talk it up with random athletes in the area. That's up there. So, and I even got a chance to talk to Brandon too as well. So he's up there as well. So but yeah, you can check me out up there, 4thDowncoachd. That's on Instagram.
Thank you. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook, Twitter at @talk_Brandon, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, and you can find us at YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach D, for your interview.
Appreciate it.